It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way.
That's not the right framing for the trailer. Oh well. It's a snafu kind of day. How's it going? Hi, I'm Drew. I'm with Cinq-Mars Media. We're an educational, nonprofit games and technology developer. We have a new game out today called Copy Editor. It's out in Steam Early Access, so it's, we're still developing it. We're still putting it out there. But we're very, very excited. It's a regular expressions game, and I'm here to play it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. We are simultaneously broadcasting to Twitch, to YouTube, to Facebook, and theoretically to Steam. I think I'm on Steam. I'm not totally sure. I'm looking. Trying to troubleshoot it a little bit. Been doing that for the last 5 minutes. Not sure what's happening there. It shows up in some places, doesn't in others. Hopefully that's working. If you're here on Steam, I've got the chat chat box. That's the word. Chat box up, so feel free, drop in, and hopefully it's going out to you too. But wherever you are, feel free to drop in the chat. I should be able to see it. If you have questions as I play through, let's talk. This is a fun new game. I'm very excited about it. We've been working at it for a long time. It was developed by Christopher Cinq-Mars Jarvis, who's also the owner and creator of Cinq-Mars Media. So without further ado, I'm going to move over here to Copy Editor. So you might have seen me play this before, and it's a regular expressions / natural language processing game that is hopefully, it's a logic puzzle that happens to use regular expressions and programming language, computer science terms in order to both teach but also hopefully provide a exciting and fun game experience. So hopefully it's, we value fun as much as we value education, I think. So the nice part about being in early access is that we get to get your feedback. How early access works, in case you don't know, my neighborhood is very loud today. How early access works, in case you don't know, is you purchase the game for a discounted price because it's still in development. Every time we update the game, it updates along with it. You will eventually have the full version of the game once that is completely released. Every update brings it, so you never have to buy it again. So you kind of get in low while we're still developing it. And if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, you get to give that to us. We get to incorporate it, so it's really helpful for us. There might be a few bugs along the way. Hopefully not too many bugs, but there might be little mess ups. The game might be, levels might be in the wrong order or something for you, or you're like, oh, actually I feel like I should learn that beforehand, and we get to learn that. We've tried to make this so it's a step-by-step process of learning regular expressions and learning programming language. So hopefully there's plenty in there. We're very proud of what we're offering right now. So that's how Copy Editor works, and it works for us too because it helps us, sort of fund the end of the process. Because this is a really fun game, and it's an easy game to, it's a simple game to program. It's not so simple to make really fun, rewarding levels. So those take a lot of time and effort, and we've really tried to figure out a way to kind of blend theme with the process that you're learning with difficulty, so that there's lots of levels to balance with it. So sometimes if you find that a level is way too difficult for what you've learned, That's super helpful for us. We've been having that conversation internally where, we're trying to make sure that it all works. So in any event, that's how early access works. Feedback is more than welcome. That's, we're opening ourselves up to that. And hopefully, you get to have it. So that's that part of the spiel. I figured I'd just play it and you can see how it works and we can play around, and I'm gonna go through. If you're dropping in now, feel free to drop in whenever. We're hanging out. I've got my coffee. I've got my water. It's a hot day here in LA, so I've got the windows open a little bit. Thank you very much, Average Italian. Average Italian says it looks extremely nice. You also said if it gets released on phone, they'll surely play it. Totally understand. This might be more of a computer game. But we'll look into it for sure, because, phone and tablet is very, very fun. And as Mac OS especially starts to adapt or sort of blend together, So I think that will probably be an eventual thing. But who knows? It's early days. It's early access. By doing this through Steam, we're available on PC, Mac, and Linux. If you are a Linux user, I know we've had a little bit of feedback this morning that some of the Linux stuff is having trouble booting up. Hopefully that's fixed. If it's not for some reason, feel free to drop in the chat, and I can help guide you through that. I got a note from the devs, so we can hopefully get your copy editor up and running, but it should be up and running soon anyways. Hopefully there should be an update. So I'm going to have a quick bit of water. Language combined with coding is a really neat idea. Thank you very much, Average Italian. Yeah, we figured it was a fun way to intuit it. Christopher, who designed Copy Editor, started off with a different natural language processing project, and started to see the different application ideas that he would be able to play with it. So that sort of started the idea, and from there he was sort of playing with I think the idea that caught his eye, as he put it, was essentially that you could turn any text into any text. So you could turn the Bible into the Cat in the Hat. Maybe those are the first two things that I'm thinking of, but that with enough manipulation. So that became a very exciting idea. Obviously, we don't turn the Bible into the Cat in the Hat here. But it's much easier, I find, much easier to sort of intuit the idea behind the programming if you have story with it. And, we've got a couple layers of story here. So you'll see we have our text on the left is our output. It says output just kind of up in the little top corner there. What we're getting is, it is the best of times, it is the worst of times. It's the age of wisdom, it's the age of foolishness. It's the opening of A Tale of Two Cities, but the tense is wrong. So the objective, which is the correct thing, is it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom. You heard it all in the trailer that we played earlier. And then down in this lower right-hand corner, we have our little company chat, almost like a little Slack channel there. So through here, we've got all the different characters. They're going to give you little hints, little context for what's going on and what your objective is. So the boss says, "What the heck happened to our new reprint of Tale of Two Cities?" "What do you mean? The tense is all wrong. How does something like this even happen?" "It looks right to me." "Maybe the new hire can help." You're the new hire. Can someone from IT walk them through it? So IT says you use find and replace and regular expressions to fix the errors in the text. So in other words, get the stuff on the left to look like the stuff on the right. IT says they got you started. You'll need a special regular expression symbols for this. The space, \S. Look at the regular expressions tab above for more info. I'll keep it updated as it goes along. So yeah, it's super simple. You're getting all these wacky errors in text, You're a copy editor, you're the new hire, and you have to figure out how to get it all correct before it goes out to print. So, super easy. I'm going to look at the chat really quick. Computational question, Average Italian says, how many regular regexes would you need to successfully transform the Bible into a text of the same word length at minimum? It would be cool to actually find some kind of formula. Just a random thought. Great idea. That might be tough. I mean, you would probably have to, identify all the letters and then figure it out. Interesting. I don't know. Truthfully, I should. Well, I mean, if there is an actual answer to that. We've talked about this in our chat. Christopher would know much better than me on that, but I think it's tough. I think finding sort of... the grand ambition of this project, eventually, is to sort of incorporate to all of natural language processing and sort of start to push the boundaries of that. So we can... There will be user-generated levels, and hopefully there will be new combinations put forward with that. So the answer is, I'm not totally sure. I am as much of a newbie. I'm a writer for the company, for Cinq-Mars Media. So I am still sort of, I'm a programming newbie. I do a little bit in writing the game, but in terms of regular expressions, I know a lot of programmers. We have a regular who comes on here who, she was talking about how even for her, regular expressions is very, very tough. She knows way better than me, but yeah, regular expressions is a simple idea in some ways, but also a very, it's like rules on rules on rules. Whew. I don't know the answer to Average Italian's question, but it is a great question to chew on, and hopefully we'll discover that. All right. So as you can see down here, we've got the chat. We've got hints. This little bar, that little turquoise bar there, get hints. If we click that, oh no, we've got a broken bummer. That's not good. Well, that's why we're in early access. Don't like it. So use \S to match white space character, for example. Space or space would match the word or, but not for or for. So it would. Those are identifying spaces, like a space bar space. So thanks. There's also the regular expressions tag that's pulsing right there. We're going to click it, and it's going to sort of explain the rule currently, and all past rules. It'll all keep going as you go. So that matches the white space. Find space and space matches the string and, but not pan or ant. Here's our menu too. We can level select. So there's all these levels we've got going. And there's also user levels and create levels. So part of, we're an educational nonprofit. We want to make this technology available to computer science teachers or any educator, period. So if you are an educator, if you're interested in using Copy Editor, get in touch with us. We'll provide you some copies. And we have user levels. Hopefully there's fun ones. Whether you're an educator or not, you can make a level. You can put it, as long as it's public domain works. So as long as it's not copyrighted works. Putting that out there. You get to put it in. You can set the rules to transform into whatever you want it to be. So, you can create whatever level, and there's different level rankings. And, we go through and make sure that there's no swear words or anything like that. And, we've got a system. So you can put it through to whatever you want it to be, and then other people can play your levels and rate your levels, and we start to build a database. So we're adding levels that we think are fun that might be outside of the game itself, but would highly encourage you to do that. And also, if you're an educator, you can build levels to adapt to your curriculum. So you can make sure that if you have an idea that you want your students to play with, you get to put that in the level. You can create that level, and then you get like a unique ID, and then you can just have the students put that in and play it. So, it'd be like a fun homework thing, or just fun. Doesn't all have to be work. Average Italian says, user-generated levels. I think I want to create a level on Devil's Calculator that involve when I tried to submit the level, it didn't do anything. Strange. All right, well, we'll look into the Devil's Calculator thing. Because I don't think any numbers are off limits. We'll look into that. I will let Christopher know that that's happening, because that should be fine. Also very cool. Also, drop in our Discord once that goes through, or if you've made any levels, Average Italian, let us know. We'd love to play it, and we'd love to feature it. That's really fun for us. So, yes, please. We'll make that happen. You beat the game. Average Italian, in case you're watching, who's in the chat here, has beat the game of the Devil's Calculator, which is bonkers. It's bananas. I get to like level 12 and I panic. And there's 68 levels, I think. So I'm gonna move my camera a little bit there. Okay. So, anyways, back to the game. We are here. So we already have one rule in play. If we click this little eyeball, that's going to show what's already been done. We can also click these little lines, and it can show us... eyeball turns it on and off. It's like a Photoshop thing, So you can turn that rule off, so you can see how it looks. These lines here, bananas, shows you what you're doing. So Winter Despair, we have everything before us. We have nothing. Have has become had, so that is fixed. So that shows you what the rule is doing, what that's transforming. So we are going to add a rule here. We're going to say, let's say is becomes was. Well, so it was the best of times, it was the worst of times has been fixed, but wisdom with is has become wisdom. It was the age of fool-washness. So it's only captured, the find has captured all is and replaced it with was. Regardless of where it is in terms of any of the context. We can see that as we do that. Every single instance of an I next to an S has been replaced with a was. So the way to transform that and make sure it's not that is to use our white spaces. So we are going to go \s. It should be, let's try 1, because sometimes we don't have to do 2. But that now has kept foolishness, it's kept wisdom, because wisdom and foolishness have characters before the is. So because we're looking for only is's that are singular, there would be a space beforehand. So that's a way to identify only the ones with spaces. We could do that. We can even do a space on the other side. As long as we match it in the replace with, you're going to see that little blue dot next to the was, and we're going to do another one there, so that those white spaces are replaced as well. You're not just transforming the two letters, you're transforming everything we're entering into the find bar. Capture. Sure, we'll call it that. Average Italian has a definition for fool-washness. When you realize you didn't do your laundry and your family's going to be mad at you. I think that's a pretty good definition. Fool-washness. Yeah. It's also a little bit, what's the character? Doesn't matter. I like that one a lot more. Cool. So we have is and was, and we have are. So let's try just regular old ARE and go right to were. That worked. We didn't need any spaces to do that. So we got 2 out of 3 stars, and then the stars we earn to help unlock levels, so optimizing is part of it too. If you can do less characters or less rules, then you get to move up through, you gain more stars, and that's part of it too. So you eventually, as you start to learn more rules, can go back to levels and say, ooh, I know a much simpler way of doing this. That will take me from 1 stars to 3 stars, and then I can proceed. So that's another way to, you take the things that you've learned and apply it to things you've already done to optimize it, so to better understand the concept. It's a great way to just sort of hammer home the concept too. So optimize is the new chest compressions. Average Italian's funny. You're good. That's you're quick. All right, we're gonna go next assignment. All right, Middlemarch, written by George Eliot, first appeared in 8 installments in 1871. This says his 6th novel. It should be her 6th novel. How is the foreword to Middlemarch coming along? Chad says, all done. Chad. Really? What? That's my Chad. George Eliot was a woman, you big dope. What? All right, so to isolate the first his, but not the second, try matching his space S and replacing her space S. Oh, so using another thing as an anchor. Oh, it went right to the second hint. It's not supposed to do that. First hint, let's say. Understanding space as a substitute for matching a white space is key early on. To isolate a particular word or phrase, including some context like the beginning of a word in front of it, can help. So the idea, I think, is, because there's going to be a few different ones, I'm guessing. I know. Being able to anchor a specific word to the word that comes after it, or to a character that comes after it, or a couple characters that come after it, is a great way to make it very specific. So let's look at our regular expressions tab. Nothing new. No idea. But we're on our own. We don't have any new ones. All right, so let's start with his and replace with her. But you'll notice here, I don't know if you can see, Her Majesty King William IV has now, it should still be His Majesty because the king isn't George Eliot. But let's do other ones first. Let's do all the things we can do. Let's do man, woman, his, her, see? So as you'll see, hertorical instead of historical. So I'm going to put a space after that his and give her a space. Of which follows protagonist Tertius Lydgate during her career. That should be a his career, I'm guessing. During his career as a doctor. Eliot proves he becomes she. Oh, but that really screws it up. So we're going to get some spaces in there. Okay. How many rules do we get? So her 6th novel, instead of, is a quick way. So we could do another rule where we target. I'll show this really quick. We're going to add one rule. How many rules do we get? Oh, we get more. I thought we only had 5. We're going to add one rule where we could go, now because we have the top, if we do her, we're going to get all of the hers. So we also get her 6th that you can see there after 1872. I wish, I'm on OBS and I really wish you could see my cursor because it's much more helpful. 8 installments in 1871, her 6th is what it should be. I'm going to highlight that, see? So we could anchor it to Her Majesty, or instead of doing an extra rule there, we could go his 6th. So we're going to do a space after his S, and then we're going to do a space after her S, and then that becomes her 6th and only isolates that one. And then His Majesty is what you can see. I guess it's not really. showing up. But yeah, because that makes sense. It wouldn't be transforming his M. It's his S. I'm sure you get it. Tertiary Sledgate during her career as a doctor. Now, so the his and hers, how many do we have of these? There's 3. 4. So it's much better, I think, to keep that and then just add a rule that her space C. Oh, I need that little S on that her. Her career becomes his career. Great. 5 rules, 50 total characters. I only got 1 star out of 3. But Average Italian says maybe there should be a max expressions to make you think more. It definitely goes that way. We start to limit rules. You start to limit how many characters you can have. You start to limit which characters you can use. All of these things. I think for the early levels, we're trying to make sure that you definitely understand the concept first and have all the tools at your disposal. But because you have all the tools at your disposal, like this, I've used quite a lot more characters and more rules than I would need once I learn like an OR operator or something like that. So I only got 1 star. So hopefully once I learn more regular expressions rules, I'm going to be able to come back and optimize this to be much more and get more stars and then be able to move up through the levels. So let's click next assignment. So bright. So bright. All right. My eyes, says Chad. You're right, those numbers make it really hard to read. What? It burns. Oh, so you have the new light theme for working. So you have a new light theme for working. Help. You can easily toggle back and forth in the menu settings. Just change it back. I can see again. I prefer the light theme. This is great, says Marie. Chad doesn't like that. So condense the 2 spaces after periods stuff, and let's get all that chapter verse junk out of there. Keep it punchy. Verse numbers are important. I'm not sure I'm okay with that morally. I'll not be lectured on morality by someone who prefers a light theme to a dark one. Giving Maria a hard time. Chad needs to talk with HR. So you can now match digits with the /D command. Give it a try. So that matches digits. We'll go to menu. We've got dark theme here, light theme. You just click it. It just toggles it back and forth. But let's keep it. We can keep it light. That looks kind of nice. It's a little hard to read. It's not as much fun. It's much more fun. But let's try light. I'm a heathen. And we go to chat. Let's see the hint. You can match more than 1 special character by using them in succession as many times as you need them. For instance, space matches a double space. We got it. So, excuse me. It looks like there's spaces around the numbers. And there's always a dot in front of the numbers. Oh, there's a few with a couple. All right, so it looks like there's 2 there. So we're going to make a space. So it starts to transform immediately, as you can tell. And you might freak out as you're doing it. Discord gang unite. Average Italian called me a sinner. Not wrong. All right, so let's do a digit. So that digit took care of the first one in many of these cases. And that can be any number. So that could be 1. We could have done 1 instead. And that would have picked up most of those. We're going to go number, but it can be digit as well. Make sure we got it. And then, because the second thing after... Actually, wait, a better way to do it is to use this. We've got the 1. It all starts with 1, so we can do 1. Now, we could put in the other numbers 1 by 1, or we can use digits to capture all of them. What's being highlighted right now is what's been captured. So I am going to... We don't know lazy stuff yet. And the boss wants rid of them, so we're just going to leave it. Add rule. You know what we could do? I mean, we're doing it this way, but digit. gone. Ooh, so the spacing is interesting. Spacing's interesting. Now, here's a question. All right, I'm going to turn this guy off. So that's taken all of our numbers just by doing a digit, as you can tell. So let's see how that looks. Now, because that's not tethered, we can go... This is another way to do it. There we go. And what are we missing? We've got, we're going to go space, space, and we're just going to make that one space. And that should be it. What are we looking at? What's, and God. Now, why isn't that highlighting that? Oh, because there's 3. Maybe. That's odd. Space. Ah, but the land produced vegetation. You can't. I see. Haha. And it was so. The land produced vegetation. Plants bearing seed. I see. Let the land produce vegetation, seed bearing plants. So we can't. It has to be anchored. You can't just rip it out. Great. All right. So now we know. We need these things anchored. So we're going to go digit, digit, and we're going to replace it with nothing. Or we can give it a space so that we sort of take all of it. Oh no, we don't have, I mean, I'm trying to stick to the rules. Let's just do it this way. And then we'll do digits. That took care of the last ones, I believe. Well, cool, cool. And then we're going to add a rule. Double space becomes single space. There's a few others that still look like we're not doing it. What's going on there? I'm going to go dark theme so I can see this better. And that feels like a bug, honestly, if I'm... This is really weird. I think as a marketing campaign, you should put attention game not suitable for anarchists. There are simply too many rules. I like it. That's pretty good. You might be a better marketing manager than me. This is strange. I don't know what's happening. Let me look really quick at something. I am trying to figure this out. DDD, space, space, triple space, double space. Okay, let's try that then. Let's go. So instead of doing triple space, let's pick up our thing and we can move the rules around. There we go. So we needed to take care of the triple space first before we could figure out what was next. Right. sorry. We need to reduce those down, and then any remaining double spaces could be taken care of. So in case you saw that and was like, whoa, what did you just do? You can just grab any of the rules, pick it up, drag it to any position, because the position and the order in which you put the rules matters and will affect it. So if you're like, I know this is a good rule, but maybe it's not in the right order, maybe I need to do this first, change the order of operations, you can just pick it up, drag it wherever you want in the order, and mess around, see what happens. So we're going to hit next assignment. Whoa, kids. All right. Look at this. The graphics for our Valentine's Day promotion are all messed up. It just looks like a random H's and B's to me. You need to change the font size, hold down Control and either the plus minus keys or the up down arrows. I'll try that right now. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Plus minus works best for me. Oh, look at it. It's a broken heart and a not broken heart. I mean, Valentine's... Who's Valentine's really for? You know? So cool. All right. Newbie, you can handle this, right? I only work on serious literature. So, hit 1 of 1. Order of operations are critical. Do you know you can click and drag rules to change the order in which they're applied? Yeah, we do. We just went over it. Regular expression. So, we got digit and white space. If you know regular expressions, you can definitely learn more. I don't think you are constrained to just what has been introduced. You should be able to use whatever you want. So the whole heart is B's. So let's do it. We're going to make an H, a B. Cool, so that bottom's done. All right, now what looks like... Now, is it all double spaces? Let's make it digits. Will also become B's. So that's fixed. So that's good. And it looks like space. Bummer. So let's go B space B will just be BB. Oh, I might have to go smaller to see what we're... Order of operations. Let's get rid of that then. Sorry, that's a lie. Let's also get rid of this. Let's talk about digits. What's love got to do with it? We're going to go digit, space, digit becomes B space B. No. That didn't work. Space. Oh, it's a lot. Okay. All right. So those digits, as you can see, on either side of the B's need to become B's. I'm going to turn that rule off for a second. Now. Why does it do that? That's annoying. I'm going to delete that rule for now then. So we've got these numbers that need to be B's. And it looks, I see that. Now. Okie dokie, kids. Should we just go one by one? Maybe we just go one by one. That might be the way we have to do it. All right, so we're going to go... All right. So what I'm noticing right now is that there's 3 spaces between these B's up top that need to stay there and not go away. Interesting. I'm unsure. Let me... Is copy editor on Steam? I can't even tell. I'm looking real quick, and I don't think we're here. It did not work. That's a huge bummer. Even though it was on the... It's on our communities page. Something messed up. We'll have to do it again. Not right now. We'll do it again eventually. Okay. So the digits, keep that anchored. We're going to go... We got random ones, don't we? All right, well, let's try B, space, B is going to become BB. Is this right? I don't know if I trust it. Or should we go digits? Maybe we do that. Let's go digits. There we go. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Let's go digit, space, digit. Did too many there. BB. All right, we're fixing it. We're fixing it one rule at a time. Digit. Space. Digit. Baby. Digit. We've got 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Digit. Baby. Great. And then I'm going to pull this rule all the way down. And turn it on. Boom. We got it. Great. Very happy with that. Next assignment. Ooh, the text is nice and small. Now let's bump that up a little bit so you can see it. It's helpful to see a lot of it. As long as you can read that. I'm not sure, but you can see the red and the green, right? You get it. Okay. So we've got Romeo and Juliet, but it looks like Romeo and Juliet have been switched. Complaints on the Romeo and Juliet text. All that wherefore stuff. I knew that had to be wrong. It's correct. Wherefore means why. Well, wherefore are Juliet and Romeo's names mixed up? I'm talking about how names don't really matter, so it's fine, right? It's like ironic. Well, they do matter. Fix it. But wherefore, though? Ugh. Wherefore I don't just fire you. All right. So let's go find. We're going to make Juliet become Romeo. Easy. Oh, but now all of our output is Romeo. So if we do Romeo, then everything says Juliet, right? So now, as you can tell, I'm going to do a little bit bigger. Yeah, everything is Juliet. Every line here is Juliet's line because of the order of operations. Now, how do we fix that? Well, should I cheat? I mean, I know the answer, so I feel dumb. But let's put a special character in there in the output so that it doesn't transform. Let's do X. Romeo becomes Romeo. And then Romeo is making all the right words. All right. So as you can tell throughout, Romeo is still highlighted, but these lines have been changed to Juliet. Juliet's line, I, me, is I, me. That seems to have worked. So let's try it smaller. Let's do Juliet. And let's do let's do the same one. Let's do Mio. Oh, Roxmio. And then we'll make Romeo Juliet. So it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief. Great. So that all works. And then let's just take that X and take it out. It worked. So you can anchor things, or you can transform a thing so that it doesn't get transformed by other rules with a special character or with a character that isn't going to be used at all. If you want to put like a Z in there, if you want to put an underscore in there, you could do stuff like a $sign is tough because that's used as a regular expressions rule later on, especially in the replace. That becomes its own thing. So it depends whether those things are regular expressions things. But for the most part, letters are safe as long as they're unique letters that you're probably not going to find anywhere else in the text. I mean, there might be other X's in this bit of Romeo and Juliet, in which case you might be maybe not screwed, but you can also anchor it between the two. So if it was Roxmeo as it would be Roxmeo. You could do OXM becomes OM and be able to just do that. So you've got it. Let's make this text a little bit bigger so we can read it. All right. Research shown that readers are more likely to engage less with our books the more negative statements the text has. Henceforth, we're going to count on you guys to write rules that make our publications a bit more positive. Isn't that interesting how the positivity, he's trying to stay positive. The research has shown that readers are more likely to engage less with our books the more negative sentiments the text has. Okay. So that's the boss's chat. Ha! Henceforth, Mr. Smarty Pants over here. Is it really ethical to change the author's work? It's a good question. Marie, let's try to be more positive thinking, okay? Can you imagine being the HR for this company? I'd quit. If I can just jump in here. This is IT coming in. Ned. There's a new command for you to learn, and that's /B. Oh, and also, henceforth, I'm capping the rules on some of these levels because our servers are getting crunched. All right. Now we're optimizing. Henceforth, I'm dying. Sorry, positively dying. There we go. What does /B mean? It matches a boundary. So find boundaries of the word matches what's the word and my word. So sort of capping either side of it. Seems like, but not maybe within a word. Let's see. Let's look at that. Let's look at that hint. Try using boundary instead of space, and then vice versa. You'll see the difference. Okie dokie. So we need to make hate love, right? So let's do hate love. Oh, who, whatever. See that? How whatever else, the hate is in there? Okay. So if we had space hate becomes space love. I see that. I see that. But what about boundaries? Boundaries work the same, but maybe not at the end. Love, love, love. Hate, hate. Now let's go. The boundary on that is still engaged, but if we made that a space, that would not take care of hate, 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 because there are commas and periods after those three hates. So let's make that a boundary. And then we don't have to use a space character around love, so that's going to cut down characters, which is great. All right. Good. I see. So good can be at a lot of things. So we're going to go good with a boundary. Oh, no, sorry. Bad. I was looking at the side. Good. So badly drawn is still in play. Well drawn badly becomes well. A wonderful. How many were capped? How many? Well, we have enough. Cool. All right. Dum 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 dum. Every one of listeners. So, this isn't my regular streaming spot. Hey, Fleo. How's it going? Yeah, we're popping on now. We've got the copy editor came out in early access today, so we're doing that. And I've also I got my second vaccine, so I have been knocked out for a couple days and missed the usual Tuesday, Thursday switch off. But it's really great seeing you. Thanks for swinging by. How's it going? So copy editor's out now on Steam. If you are on Twitch, which it looks like you are, from what I can see, there's a little button in the about if you're interested. But I think you probably already you might have played the demo. It's slightly different than demo, but you've seen all this. I've been doing this for a little bit, but we are theoretically simulcasting. I don't think to Steam. I wanted to. I thought I had. It shows up in the community hub, but it's just not. Something's messed up, and I couldn't fix it once I started. And we were just having such a good time that I couldn't leave the stream. It's a loud day in the neighborhood again. Okay. Terrible becomes good with a boundary. And awful and awful a wonderful, and then we do had not gone was not time. Had gone. Had not gone. Was time. Not /t. Was not time. There we go. Now, not very optimized at all. If anything, it's a little bit messy. But we did our best. Oh, no, this one. All right. We'll figure it out. What happened to the title ideas for our next original novel? Yeah, I saw it. Seems like all the A characters turned to uppercase. How does that just happen? I see that. But that's tough. Okay. I also saw the titles with years in them all have extra digits at the end. I think I might know something that might help. All the regular expressions matches you've learned so far, space, digit, and boundary can be changed to uppercase to match their not counterpart. Like capital S will match a non-white space. So everything that's not a white space, capital S will match. Fahrenheit 451,000. 45,100. It still weirds me out that this kind of thing just happens randomly. It's like some dystopian future. Ooh, 198,400. Okay, so not matching. That's our new thing. So we've got boundary, digit, so just to do the capital A thing right out the gate, that's going to mess us up a little bit with Apex Gun, Hidden Angel, Apocalypse Falling, Sirius Ascending, the Phoenix in the Ice, the Stranger in the Smoke, Shadow in the Night, Horizon of Atlas. Wow, there's quite a lot of these. Quite a lot of these. Okay. Well, that feels unhelpful right out of the gate. So let's not worry about that one quite yet. I am going to shift a little bit so I get my feet under me. I am not good at sitting for a long time. Okay. More importantly, we've got the numbers. So not matches. Any non-digits in the string. Oh, you know what we can do? We can do digit, digit, colon. And then just make it colon, right? That would cut off quite a lot of those, theoretically. Oh, but we also have... Should it be boundary? Should it be... So boundary, there we go. Looking at what that does. Takes the last two... Oof, beautiful. Happy with that. Good. That looks like we've done well. All right. Okay. Now, how do we do? Okay. Well, we've got one part with the boundary. Now, it's saying that A characters turn to uppercase. Let's see if we can get a hint. By using the uppercase token of the commands you've learned so far, you can instead match the not version of it. For example, that'll match anything that's not a number. All right, so let's try that and just see how this looks. Digit. But I see. So if we do space, maybe boundary, not a digit. Boundary A stays A. Hold on. I know it says not, but if I may, let's go capital A and make that lowercase a. I'm going to pull this one up, and then boundary A becomes capital A. But, all right. Well, it's just the word and. Can we do that? Actually, yeah, let's do that. And becomes and. But. All right, hold on. There we go. Boundary. I don't think I did that the way that Chris wants me to do that, and I think I've done that in a different way. Let me see how. What's the lesson it's supposed to be teaching me? I mean, look, if you do it right. If it works, it works. If your code works, you got it. That's 6. We're on 7, I want to say. Oh, we could do not boundaries. Got it. So what looks like... Let's try this. Let's do... not a boundary A and make that A. And then we still have the ands, but we can delete a couple rules, I think. Ooh, that's an optimization. Hey, Average Stallion, welcome back. Totally cool. You got a life to live. It's been, I get it. We learned the not function, which you probably just saw me do, because I was busy drilling in on that. But so you can tell things that are not boundaries. We're gonna highlight that just to show all those things where the big A's lived within the word. That is what we were able to identify. I am very happy with that. True confessions. I didn't understand boundaries. I still feel like I don't totally understand the boundary definition. I see how it works. I'm getting better at implementing it. I think I get it, but there's some surety. Like if you asked me to explain it to you, I probably couldn't. And I wrote a lot of these hints. No, I understand, and they've definitely gone through the check to make sure I'm doing it right. But I'm still figuring it out. It's not that I don't understand how it works. I don't understand when it doesn't work is maybe the best way to put it. I know how to apply it when I need it. I need to, figure it out. Poetry, nice. Poetry's great. I'm a big fan of poetry. Here we go. I really wish it kind of popped up to the top here. I'm going to have to talk with Chris about that. Okay, hugs and kisses. Who's this? Oh, I've got bubble water. I've got seltzer that I made, and it is giving me a little bit of gas in my stomach. Who's a smartass who replaced all the bad words with XOXOs? You said to censor the D.H. Lawrence book. Well, not like that. It looks like you forgot a bunch of letters in between, too. Yeah, rub it in. Whoa, that's exactly the type of language we need censored here. You're going to need a new operator for this. Question mark, which is an optional match. Ooh, baby. Optional match. Find color matches both color and color. The preceding token is made optional. So whatever comes before the question mark can be there or not. Within the word color, I mean, that's a helpful way of doing it, but it can also be used in strings. This is one that I didn't understand at first, and now I think I very much understand. I'm excited to do it. Okay, so we're going to go capital X. Then we're going to go capital O, question mark. So that takes us there. We're also going to go, actually, you know what we can do? We don't even need, we can do it this way where we can go or H question mark. We can do it letter by letter for sure. Because look, we can see them all starting to go, and we replace it with Thinthord. I don't know why I said censored like that. Censored. Or. Let's get wild with it. Let's go not digit. You know what I'm saying? So let's go not digit. All right. That worked. Not digit. I'm also going to go censored. Not digit. Now, this is interesting. Hold on. Why is that? Mix. Oh, because... I see what's happening and why. You should read some D.H. Lawrence. It's filthy. It's pretty fun. But the X here, by doing not digit, I see. Is taking the comma as well because it ends with that comma. So we might have to make this O. Or H. All right, I was trying to do it, but it looks like it keeps picking up. So if we have that comma, what if we just end it with a comma? because not all end with commas. Do they all end with? They all end with. Can we go boundary? Do they all have a space beforehand? I mean, let's do that. Man's censored. Man's XO. Bugger. All right. Okay. Okay. We can do this. So all of them have XOs other than the XH. So let's just do that. Let's go XO. We do not boundaries. Why did that question mark come up? XO. I mean, if we do not digit, question mark is fine, but not boundary, question mark isn't. Okay. Let's go E question mark. Let's go W question mark. Let's go R question mark. T A L F H X R O E U P S. I mean, really. Where's that LF coming from? LF? Oh, crud. Oh, it's picking up like a censored. Gah! Dumb. What in God? Oh. So it's getting 2 there, isn't it? You can see that little boundary start to go. Who the hell did it substitute with XOXO? Honestly, it might be a little more fun than censored. You know, just a little like XO, you know. Oh, woof. All right. I mean, I thought having the boundary would be good or helpful. Or having a not token, having it be not a digit, would be my ideal. I'm looking for a... We could go not space is what I'm looking at from my notes. All right. Let's try this. You know what's funnier? Seeing Drew try to keep his swear jar empty. You're right. If for anyone who knows me, it is very hard for me not to swear. Not space. Not space. I'm touched and disturbed that you've picked up on the fact that clearly that's a difficult thing for me. Yeah, you know, I'd like to be. Here we go. Now we're doing it. I totally cheated, but I don't care. Let's look. Censored. We mixed one. That. I took it. I see it. So let's go D space S. Oh, but it won't let me. Boof. How do we do that? Boundary, according to my notes. Good call. There we go. Boundary. See, this is where I get so close. I try. It's the boundaries. They kill me every time. But... Oh, also, I'm just realizing when Fleo said this isn't my regular streaming spot, she meant literally where I was sitting. I am dumb, as evidenced by every stream that I've done. But yes, no, I moved one over because we've got a second monitor here. And I've got the house to myself today. So I can spread out and... use wherever I want to. So we've got a good chair here. We got the second monitor. I'm chilling. We're doing that. It's nice and comfy. Average Italian says that the "I'm touched and disturbed" at the same time is something I say when I receive a gift from an uncle who I've never seen before. Yeah, right? Where you're like, oh, thank you. I don't know you. But yeah, but you know me. Weird. But I feel like so now I have cousins and friends who've had babies either during quarantine or had a baby before quarantine, and then now it's been a year and a half at least since I've seen them. So in that kid's mind, that's a lot. Or even like we have a friends who have a daughter who like they came and stayed with us, and like me and her like got on all the time, and then we did like a quarantine chat, and she's like, I don't know who you are. A year and a half, because it's been a year and a half, and for kids that's a long time. That's a chunk of change. So yeah, I get that. I remember that. But I feel like it's very easy to accidentally become the uncle that you don't know. Is where I'm going with that. So in defense of uncles you feel like you've never met, you might have, and they feel like it was a couple months ago. Because uncles are bad with time. Lord knows I am. So yeah. Weird rant, but, why not? We're here. We're hanging. Oh, God, numbers. Someone as terrible with numbers as I am should not work for an educational nonprofit, but don't be intimidated. This is, we'll find the fun. It's still a fun game. It's a puzzle, and it looks massively intimidating. Look at all that. I just looking at that makes me want to curl up, but don't let it happen. We got this. Let's look at what they want us to do. Let's make a decision then, because it might not be as hard as we think. Okay. Oh, what are all these random numbers doing on my screen? That's what I thought, Marie. Nothing. Just ignore it. Don't look at it. Oh, this is going to be entertaining. Can't close it. It's slowing my system down. Is it an error? Ned in IT says it's nothing happened on our end that I can see. Okay, look, I was trying to fudge my cholesterol numbers before my cardiology appointment, and I must have shared it with the group on accident. And sounds like fudge is part of the problem. These can't be cholesterol numbers, they're gigantic. Fudge, get it? It's total plus HDL, and I was bad at recording it on my meter, and just forget it, okay? How are you even alive? I don't think that's humanly possible. Look, just remove all the numbers that don't start with a 1. That way it'll look good, okay? And get rid of any letters at the end. Those were errors by the machine. I think we should just call an ambulance. Typo! Call an ambulance instead of take the rest of the day off. Sorry, Average Italian says, uncles are bad with time. That's probably why I'm scared to tell the truth. Yeah, pretty much. High five for keeping bits going, man. I'm here for it. I like this. All right, so we got to remove all the numbers that don't start with a 1. So here's what I think we're going to do. The best way to keep these things, because if we just do digit, if we do all digits, it's going to swallow the 1s. So let's start with 1. That's going to put 1s in the middle, though, too. So maybe we do it with a boundary in front. Yeah, so we do boundary 1, and that's going to be all the numbers that we're looking at that start with a 1. And let's replace that with an underscore so that we can keep that. So now all the numbers that start with 1 will not be captured when we go digit. Boof. Ooh. But let's go boundary digit. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, let's highlight this, what we're doing here. It looks good. Looks like we're doing good. All right. Digit, 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 digit. Are we missing any? Or are we starting to... So 4. There's one that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go question mark on that digit. Let's pull that in. And you know what? Why not? Let's start getting a little more digity. Let's do another digit. I'm looking here. I'm looking for all the numbers that aren't... think we've got most. Let's see what that looks like. So we've got commas. Should we take the comma with it too? Okay. I mean, that's weird, right? Because there's all these little extras. And let's say maybe space. All right, that's pulled us in. Oh, I see. So let's go not digit. Let's see if we can grab all of those. So every number that I'm looking at should start with that underscore, which it does. But there's still a few non-digits there. Okay, so let's go not digit, comma, and just make that a comma. And then underscore becomes 1. Boof. All right. Let's go question mark. There we go. Average Italian said, in the end, did you try the game I sent you? I haven't yet. I am so sorry. We have been blitzing getting this done, trying to polish it. So I have been in full copy editor brain for way too long. So I haven't been able to play any other games. Yeah, April's been wild. But copy editor, we're gonna keep working on this. We're gonna be looking at all of the feedback coming through on early access for a long time to come. But this is the last release we have for the time being. We have a few other things that we're probably going to release in the fall, but that's going to give us some more time to play with that stuff and also work on those upcoming releases and our big long-term super secret project that I was hired for a year and change ago. We're trying to get that into early access by the end of the year. We'll see. We might have a demo. I think we're going to have a demo available because it's a big one. And yeah, I don't like it when people are like purposefully like the most annoying thing for me on like social media or something like that is when someone's like, I've got a big thing coming. I can't talk about it right now. You probably can. But this is one that, I work for the company. So I signed a thing saying I can't talk about it. Cause it's very exciting. And I'm not trying to belabor it too much. But I'm also not trying to like make a bigger, it's cool. Yeah. Just dug myself a hole. Let's go to the next assignment. How about that? We'll do that. And by another zigzag, I thought I had never known a day. Okay, so we have extras. Ooh. All right. Let's do this. Marie says, ugh, I spilled something sticky on my keyboard. Bummer. Freaking Chad. Some of my keys are sticking. Which ones are sticking? E's, O's, S. Can't you just not use those keys? The word I want to call you right now uses all three. Delightful, that doesn't have an S or an O. Oh, Ned. Speaking it. Can someone please help? My spacebar's sticking too. Ned has added a new special character in our regular expressions tab, and we'll need it. It's the plus sign. You also have 6 rules available for this assignment. So, neat. To quote Tim the Toolman Taylor, one or more of whatever the character is. So, let's do it. Let's try. So we're going to go space plus let's replace it with just a space. Great, killing it, love it. S plus S Club 7. Never close. All right. E plus. We'll make that E. O plus. And we'll make it O. Oh no. Okay, so we have reeking, book, looking. We have 6 rules. Okay. All right. All right. We can do this. So, I mean, there we go. Easy. 6 rules, but 1 star. Chad's a mad lad. Yep. Wild, that guy. Mad. Next assignment, we're going to go back and optimize previous solution using new concepts you learned stars that are now attainable pulse. Ooh. So sorry if I blasted that in the thing. All right, move that camera down a little bit. It's a warm one. All right. We've got. Should we go back to what the dickens? Let's go to Let There Be Light. I feel like we can do this. All right. We got double spaces. Cool. And digits. Oh, but we also have the optional token now for these double digits down here. I got you. All right, we got digit, space, digit, option. Get rid of that. Add rule. White space plus becomes space. Submit answer 3 stars. Religious texts always create problems. Very true. That's for an average Italian. You got it. That's actually the last time I was in Italy, I was your age, average Italian. I was like 15. And we did a Christian artifact tour. Not that my family's particularly religious. Not that that's a problem if you are. We did a Christian artifact tour, and I remember our guide, I expected her to be much more religious because she's leading a Christian artifact tour. And she was not. It was like getting like, yeah, they were talking about this thing. This is probably what they meant. Everyone takes it the wrong way, was sort of the general umbrella tone of her tour. And it was awesome. I feel like I got a really robust understanding of all the different anchors to that. Yeah, I could go into that for a while, but, you know, we only have so much time. That's not why people are here. It's really fun, though. If you ever get to do one of those tours, it was in Rome, but that was fun. Anyways, let's make this smaller. Oh, that goes to the next one. We had other ones here, didn't we? We had level select. I mean, we definitely have enough for the no notes. But we also have these pulsing stars. You can see that, right? Yeah, that's coming through. Yeah, Vatican's cool. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What are you gonna do? I got a bottle opener with the Pope's face on it and called it the Popener at Vatican City. It would have been cool. I mean, look, current Pope is pretty rad, I think. I don't know enough. I shouldn't speak on this stuff. People know better. So if I'm wrong, but Vatican's cool. Vatican's beautiful. Pieta's amazing. Yeah. Wherefore art thou? We've got. Yeah, a raise. That stuff is, yeah. I like that. I it's very cool. Okay. We've got optional. I mean, how? How can we? It says we can do better on this. I'm not sure how we can do better on that. So I'm gonna go on to no notes. Oh, we've got red line notes. That's cute. No notes. Finally, some praise for a change. It wasn't so hard, was it? You're right, average Italian. Chad's a mad lad. Ugh. No, stop being lazy. Get rid of the notes in the text. Why are they there anyways? When we used OCR, the optical scan, to scan the book, we must have it must have been used and had notes written in the margins. The book was used, had notes written in the margins. Couple things for this one. Parentheses is a special regular expressions command that you'll learn later. To use it literally, you'll need to put a slash behind it, i.e. slash. That's backslash, right? Yeah, backslash. Parentheses, otherwise it won't work. It sounds literally terrible. And remember your question mark? Well, when used after a plus sign, it makes matching lazy. That sounds more my style. Chad. Ha! Is lazy good? Can be by default. The plus token will match as much as it can of the string. Okay. Oh, so like if it was a digit plus, it's every digit. Got it. Adding a question mark after it makes it lazy, meaning it will instead match the least number of characters it can. For example, A plus A will match the entire string Alabama. Oh, interesting. Chad's your mood right now. A plus A will match the entire string Alabama, where a lazy match A will simply match Alla. Why can I only use like 15 characters in the find field? Oh. Okay, but everything we need to remove is within parentheses. So that's chill. Let's see this. Making characters literal. All right. So let's go literal parentheses. Great. Can we just do plus literal parentheses? No. We got to go non-digit literal parentheses. Oh. But lazy. Oh, easy. So it was just to the first one, not to the... I get it. Yeah, Chad's working smarter, not harder. But I'm gonna hit optimize just so we can see this. I see. So it's just to the next parentheses as opposed to from the first parentheses to... I'm going to visualize this just so we have it. So without the lazy, it goes all the way to the last end parentheses. But by making it lazy, I get it. Great. Great. Next assignment. We're getting there. I feel like I'm getting a better thing. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. My people. All right. One rule. Says, well, I can only make one rule. Oh, no. I'll try to troubleshoot. In the meantime, try to make do. I've updated the regular expressions tab with a new function, the OR operator. It should help. So let's look here. The OR operator, find this, that, whatever, matches any of the defined characters. Okay. So we need capital X, and then I'm going to make it capital X question mark. Great. Or would also just plus work too? Either works. Okay. Now, if I say point, that's going to do both. We need to keep the comma there, and we need to keep one of the points. So I'm going to add a space at the end of that. Point. Same with authentic erase space, and then I'm gonna say or boundary we got two that's, or three ultimately, that have boof kids. All right. Okay. How do we do this? That situation. Because they all have. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that boundary, but space, that, nothing, space. So which one am I? That, ooh, okay. What did you do today worthy of note? Do you average Italian? Did you do anything today worthy of note? I mean, well, I say that. You told me you had a big thing. You got into the national finals in the Math Olympics. That is worthy of note. Anything else, though? Let me think what I did today worthy of note. I have mostly been looking at stuff. My mom retired today, so I called her and I talked to her. That's pretty cool. Today's been rough. I think I told you, maybe not rough, but the last few days. I got my second vaccine dose, which is very exciting. But that has knocked me on my butt for a couple days, as it's supposed to. Different people. I am so grateful I got it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I got my hair cut 2 days ago, I want to say, because it's just sort of been up and down. I got my second shot like a week ago. But my barber and I were laughing that the way he put it is he thought it was going to feel like the flu, and instead it's like a a hangover from the nastiest tequila you've ever had. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's just kind of like a little bit like a headache and that kind of thing. But other than that, it's been super rad, and I'm so grateful about that. I actually probably shouldn't be saying this too loud because, yeah. That's all right. Yeah. So, that's I'm saying that because I'm surprising my mom for her birthday, and I'm saying that out loud on the internet. Very dumb, but I don't think she watches this, and we're also like an hour and 52 minutes into a stream. So, oh my god, that. Anyone else hear that? That was weird. What the hell? Yeah. I don't think she's gonna be watching this. So, and I don't think she's on any of these channels. I don't think she's on the internet. She's so thumbs up. Now you know. Keep it quiet. We'll keep the secret. It's just the three of us right now. But if you're watching this later, yeah. I was gonna surprise my mom, but I got surprised instead. Yeah, I think a neighbor kicked a ball into our window, like a kid's ball. Whatever. We're all good. Anyways, that's the long way around. I'm just talking off the top of my head. That's me. So that is about all. Been, staying put, staying safe, trying to keep others safe, all of that. The last year and a half for most of us. I still don't know what I'm gonna do about these that's. Because we only get one rule. We could go not boundary, right? Like, I don't know. Provided always. My parents both got their first doses and they're fine, basically. Yeah, first dose was super easy, no big deal, no things. But what I've heard from the public health professional that I live with is, and they think this, I shouldn't be, but if you've been exposed to COVID, then your first dose, people tend to get sick if they've had a positive COVID test off of their first dose, but not so much their second one, because your body's already made the antibodies. But if you've never had it, your first dose, you're like, oh, it's fine. And then the second one kicks your butt because your body's mounted a response, is what I've heard. I probably shouldn't just be like repeating stuff verbatim, but it seems like that there's more than correlation with that from what I've heard. But do not listen to me. Listen to experts. You guys are smart. You obviously know that. But, I feel like I got to throw that caveat on there just in case. But, yes. Very happy. I'm really happy that your parents got their first doses. It's cool. When I got my second dose, too, there was like a 17-year-old there, with his mom. So it seems like, starting to open it up, at least here, to younger people too, which is really good. I'm really happy about that. And yeah. Positive. If you can, whenever you can, go do it. Also, it feels really cool. Like everyone there is like excited and a little nervous, and you're like, oh, we're doing a thing together. There's like a nice community aspect to it. At least in my time, no one's a jerk. Keeping money out of the still a small boy, so I can't get the vaccine yet. Fair enough. Hopefully, I've heard. Hopefully, it'll be open up to you soon. But yeah, keep you safe. Stay safe. Excuse me. I'm glad it's rolling out in Italy though too. I know you guys got hit by it hard. It was tough watching that a year ago. We're gonna see everything going through. And India's scary right now. Not to get too real on this stream, but India's really scary right now. And I'm feeling for them. We don't have any links to donating to any of the resources in India, but most news sites seem to have it. So, sort of speaking into the ether, if anyone watches this and gets an hour and 57 minutes into the stream and is like, I should do something, consider donating to India, because they're having a tough time with it, and it's heartbreaking. Anyways, yeah, I know that got real during the middle of a copy editor thing, but let's get back to it. Why not? I am slightly stumped, but maybe now we trial and error, because we can only use one rule, and that's killing me. So let's go boundary of that space that space. See, this is where boundaries mess me up, right? So, because they... is that the first one? Boundary being sort of the start... No, there's a different anchor. There's a different start anchor. But why wouldn't the second one... Because the second one is also matched by the first one? I'm going to hit optimize. Let's look at it. I gotta figure this out. That. So we've got the space, and it starts. Now, out of curiosity. So that's matching all of them. But as soon as we add the second one and a space, is the space dependent? It's not, but it helps. Submit answer. Okay. Interesting. Got it. All right. Interesting. How does boundary work is what Average Italian is asking. Great question. You might have been hearing me opine, not totally knowing. That's all right. Boom. I'm noticing the cat toys on the floor. Hopefully it's not too gross. We're getting through this, though. We're doing good. All right. According to this, I'm seeing bouncing stars on What the Dickens, Wherefore Art Thou, and Hugs and Kisses. Okay. Hugs and Kisses we can do. I feel good about, because we'll probably need a lazy thing, right? So we're going to go capital X. All right, hold on. Let's go not digit plus lazy. So that's just all of those. And to the next boundary. That worked. To the next boundary. And that should be good. Submit answer. I thought I still had 2 stars. I thought I had 2 stars already. I did. Interesting. It feels like the stars are connected to specific things because you'll notice in 7 I have 2 stars, but not the middle one. And 8 I have 2 stars, but not the left. It might just be an aesthetic thing. This is literally Shrek's good question meme with Drew. Yeah. I actually don't know if I know that meme, which I'm getting old. You know this. Shrek's good question meme. I'm looking it up. I'm sure I know this. Shrek good. Comes right up. I don't know if I've seen this. There's a band called LCD Sound System that has a song called Losing My Edge that I didn't understand until very recently, and now I'm like, oh, I get it. Yep, the kids are coming up, and you're all very nice. You're all very polite. Let's go what the dickens. Let's see if I can get another star, because we need 21. Okay. His were... Why is it styled like that? That's weird, right? So that's that. Have becomes had, is becomes, are becomes were. Yeah, how do I... It's not the or operator. Boundaries, maybe? Oh, I see the extras. There we go. Submit answer. There we go. Next assignment. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. We got 3 stars. I was going to say that's the first one, but I think we got it on Let There Be Light. Bum, bum. Suffix fools gladly. We're just going to end up playing the entire thing. That might be tough because I have played it all. I've definitely done several playthroughs of this. But what's interesting is wherever I'm at, I like to think of myself as smart enough to enjoy these things, but I also forget how to win these levels most of the time. I am looking at my notes sometimes. Because, yeah, they're good brain teasers. But I think that's what we're going for if you do download the game. I think we want it to be just tough enough that it feels rewarding as you move through, but not so hard that you smash your computer into a million pieces, or that it becomes a turnoff. Like the numbers levels for me, we had a few conversations where I was like, I see the numbers and my eyes glaze over. And we really workshopped them because there's a lot to be learned from those numbers, from those ideas, but making sure that that doesn't happen. So if you have feedback, I think there's a way, I know somehow, I mean, I'm playing through it, but you can submit the feedback through early access to us. We get that through Steam, or if you're interested, you can put it over on our Discord server, and we check that regularly too. All very, very helpful stuff. It's exactly what it should be. And if you do purchase during early access, every new iteration that we upload, every update automatically is downloaded when the game is fully released in the coming months. That will automatically be uploaded and downloaded to your computer. So you are essentially buying the finished version later now, and you get a working copy for the foreseeable future until that finished version is out. I mean, we're expecting it to be a couple months. Obviously, it's in pretty good shape right now, hopefully. And if it's not, let us know that too. That's super helpful. Because, yeah, we're a very small group. We're an educational nonprofit. We don't have a ton of people on staff. So testing is a huge part of any game development, and something that it's essentially just us doing over and over and over again. And it's very easy to miss, and it's very easy to have different machines that do different, we're going off an exe folder from our servers. There's lots of ways that we can miss problems that pop up. We had it happen this morning with Linux. There was Linux issues with opening it, and hopefully we've got it fixed. I think we do. But yeah, all these little things that you plan to not go wrong, but, things go wrong. So, yes, if you do get it and you want to give feedback, we would love it. So, thank you. Let's keep going on this one. We're at 2 hours. Hanging. I'm enjoying. We might have to do another stream soon-ish, too, because I don't think we made it to Steam today. So if we do another copy of our stream, I'm probably going to start from the start, so that, our friends at Steam can get to see all of it as in motion and take level by level, piece by piece. But let's see if we can finish this level. We'll stop at 13, because that's good luck. And then we'll be back in the next couple days, I'm sure, to do it all again. So there's no hope except the hope against hope that the crest is clear. True, he might prefer capture to death so long as he advances. Is IT any closer to fixing the computer bug? We're making some progress. We can use up to 2 rules again, but there still seems to be an issue with some suffixes. Oh, suffix fools gladly. Ooh, cough. Excuse me. Only 2 rules. How are we supposed to work like this? Don't worry, I'm going to teach you all a new trick that'll help a lot. It's called capturing. Chad says it sounds boring. Average Italian. Sounds like you also think it's boring. You're aligned with Chad. So by using parentheses, not literal parentheses, but the parentheses, you can capture characters and use them in the replace field. For example, find space R space will match all the instances of the word R. Normal and capture, and you can capturing the letter R, you can use it in the replace field with $1. So $sign is each capture group. BR, if you do B $1 $2 would make the word bar, because the A is the first capture group in the string, R is the second capture group in the string, B 1 2. You got it. But you don't need multiple capture groups for this assignment. 3 hints. All right. So long as he advances, the line will not fire. All right. We get 2. So ranks, S, eyes, captured, unharmed, stragglers, begins. Okay, so how do we use anyways, okay, cool. Let's do advance. Oh, I see. Okay. It says you don't need multiple capture groups, but we need to do the word plus an S. Because we get 2 rules. All right. Okay, so let's go advance rank. I think we'll need our OR operator, rank. I wrote advance rank. I straggler begin. So then we're gonna go $1 S. Did not work. Why did that not work? Okay. So I thought okay. $3. $4. Oops, 4. $5. It says we didn't need it, but we definitely did. It says I don't need multiple capture curves. Really? Because that made it a lot easier. Unharm capture $1, $2. Poop. All right. Poop. All right. He might prefer capture to death. Okay. Oh, but we need a boundary. There we go. Shapoopy. There we go. We got it. We did it. All right. That feels good. We got 13 levels done. I can't give away the whole game. But this was super fun to get to put out there. Thank you, Average Italian and Fleo, for being here. Hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. Thanks for playing along. If you watch this later, thanks for watching this later. Hi. Yeah. Appreciate you. Let's do it again sometime. I might try and make a bit more of an official one on Monday, depending on, lots of stuff. But that could be really fun too. And yeah, thank you so much for coming by, supporting Cinq-Mars Media. It means the world to be doing this and to be doing this with you guys. And yeah. I hope you enjoyed Copy Editor. Check it out if you can. There's a link. If you're on Twitch, there's a link in our About section. Everywhere else, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, there should be plenty of links in other places, or you can find it on our website, or just check it out in Steam. We're on Steam, and that would be awesome. But thank you so much for spending time. It's been a super fun couple hours, and I I can't wait to do it again. Hopefully I'll see you Monday. And in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing. Thanks for hanging out with Cinq-Mars Media. All right.